Hi Brasilio, how are you today?
All good, and you?
Yeah, fine. Pretty excited about our new boards here. We got a Quad 72 here, one of our latest developments with Fanatic. Started this project around mid last year, did the first prototypes. Brasilio was very involved in developing our quad line, featuring 4 models for 2011, 72, 79, 86 and a 93 quad. And it's been very exciting to work with Brasilio. He's so motivated, sailing, and it's actually charging. I think Cabo Verde you had like what, 8 heats in a row that you won or something until you completely nailed it. So it's been fun. Brasilio joined the team last year, and since then we've been making tons of board for him, and well, this is the result that we present today for production. Maybe you can have a little word on how you feel that these things are riding.
Just in general, the quads, as soon as I stepped on them, they just made my life easier in general. Like, first thing I realized is how much easier you can set up before hitting the wave, not only for a normal turn, but also much more control. When you hit a white water, you don't have, it seems like you know you can put the board where you want it to be. And they work like they felt they can do the takas and the shakas and the backside 360 like a trim fin. They have almost the speed and they have the drive of a single fin, or maybe even more, and they project you so much far on the wave. Sometimes you like get into a wave, the wind is not that strong, but you like if you set yourself right properly, the board will earn speed while you're turning instead of you having to have the speed before you start the turn. And we tested it a lot, like Maui spring and winter, still jaws on it, and it was gripping really well.
You sailed jaws on this board?
Yeah, it was like it was not a production one, but it was the prototype that is pretty much really similar, and it had speed and drive and everything. Also with Class Invicto in Cape Town, and you know, the quad will be my overall choice. I think they just make wave sailing much easier to set up, easier to turn, easier for the tricks, and they're my own choice for the year.
I think it's really important to understand that a quad is not a twin fin with 2 additional side fins. This is a complete different project, and obviously we started off when we were developing that with our existing shapes, how they feel if you put extra fins on them, but we quickly realized that that is really not working. So we developed a new rocker line. If you see, has quite a bit of curve in it. We have a new tail outline here. You see the other boards feature pintails. This has a rounded off square tail. And what you will also find on this board is the most extreme concaves. And this combination is what makes this board work. It's the curvier rocker, which allows you to stay really close to the face of the wave, and these deeper concaves make sure that you still have enough performance and drive in the board with such a round rocker curve. And then, like Brasilio said, the 4 fins give you so much grip. So that combination of all these shape features really make that board work. But that's really important to understand, that it's not just like a twin with 2 additional fins. It's a completely different design concept in total. And yeah, guys are all super stoked on them. You can see the boards are even slightly shorter. We're not talking much here, just a couple centimeters. Pretty full rails up the nose, a little bit more rounded, softer edge up here. So the boards are very forgiving, and basically I guess you can hit the lip wherever you want. It's really easy to recover. You got grip all the time.
So especially on quads, the fins, they play the bigger part of the whole game. If you have the right fins, the result of the board is amazing, and also the way you have to position them, it makes a whole big difference on speed, on drive, on how it reacts on a wave. But in general, the setup we have now, I think, is just perfect for each board. We took a lot of time working and testing on it, me, Klaas, and Victor, and Sebastian. Like, we went to Cape Town and we tried all kinds of outlines. We tried rails, we tried fuller on the nose, fuller on the center. We tried every single possible. We tried every kind of tail. And I think the result was, it was a pretty overall board. As I said, I'm going to use it everywhere. It's a fast board. It reacts fast, it grips, it does all the new school moves, and I just think having the right setup, especially on quads, plays a whole bigger part. So, in my opinion, for having a good quad, it's not only about adding 2 more boxes and sticking fins on it. It requires a lot of work, a lot of boxes positioning, a lot of fin shapes, a lot of tail outlines to get that. So, to get the proper fin positions, we tried a lot of things and lots of protos and a lot of angles, not only like this kind of angle, but also like this. And I also took a lot of time trying a lot of different fins, and I think right now I'm pretty sure we have the perfect setup. And by not having this setup, it can be a complete opposite result. Like setup we have now, it's perfect, but it's not only about putting new boxes on a twin. You really have to work all the positions and angles and everything to have the boxes and the fins right. So for getting the right quad, we tried everything that was possible. We tried adding boxes to old twin fins. We tried new boxes with the old outlines and shapes, and it just doesn't work. The quad is a whole new concept, and you have to have everything set up from the angles of the boxes to the size to the position to the fins. And then once you have that, the whole board, it has to adapt for this new concept. So then you have to change rails and outlines and bottom shades and tails. And we went through everything to make sure that we have right, as we're going to be competing on these boards all the time. And together with Sebastian, Klaas and Victor, guaranteed every possible thing we could do, we tested. And this is the result of a lot of work and the right setup, I believe.
Again, you cannot just take a board and add fins, even if the fins are positioned right. It's not the same. We develop a complete new shape around this concept, and well, don't just slap side fins on your twin, it won't work. So you got to look at the complete package, the complete concept of the design.
So in general, with these boards, they make you think and think less about the board, and you think more about yourself. Because sometimes with other boards, I was like trying to make it in a position that will work better and everything. But with this board, after you get used to it and after you use it more, you think less about what the board's gonna do, because it kind of almost always does the right thing, and you think more about yourself and what you have to do on the wave. And then, I don't know, I think it's easier to improve on those quads.